staring at the stars. Oh, I've been staring at the stars. In the corners of the night, they sing and burn so bright, just trying to make sense of it all. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Or am I wrong? Waiting for the day when you will come my way. Oh, hummingbird, don't wait too long.
Being honest was hard for you. Always needed time to think it through. Now you've let it all just slip away. Submit.
He doesn't wait his turn. Gave me a hand and I was swept away. Foolish words. Just let our bodies take their shape on the hardwood floor. Gave me a reason to drop the ground and praise his phone. See our shadows go battle. Can this be love? Can this be love in the dance hall? edge of the train when night turned into day. Although I'm older, but I'm still young under the sun. Tell me, really, is it the same? Oh, don't let go. Oh, don't let go. Oh, don't let go. Oh, don't let go. And I can't believe that you're still here with me after the parting of the sea of change. And I can't believe that we're still here. Oh, I'm fighting for us. I still got love for ya. Now that you're free, who can tell you where's the light? It's in your eyes now, I can see. By the edge of the sky where we're taking flight is where I wanna be with you. Oh, don't let go. Oh, don't let go. Oh, don't let go. Oh, don't let go. And I can't believe that you're still here with me after the parting of the sea of change. And I can't believe that we're still here. Oh, I'm fighting for us. I still got love for ya.
Feel your heart like a drum, beating still, don't let go. Feel the bass down below, calling out, don't let go. Won't let this love go, can't let this love go. Won't let this love go, can't let this love go. Won't let this love go, can't let this love go.
Let go. And I can't believe that you're still here with me after the parting of the sea of change. And I can't believe that we're still here. Oh, I'm fighting for us. I still got love for ya.
day. I'm Dr. Randall, Principal for Project for Alternative Learning. I'd like to welcome you to this monumental day for these graduates. Please stand for the playing of the national anthem. It's coming. They didn't know that it was coming at this time. I neglected to inform them of that one. I could, but I'm sure I'd bust your eardrums. I will lip sync it. You just won't hear me. It's coming. They got it almost. The last thing you want is me singing. All right, soon-to-be graduates, please be seated. At this time, I'd like to take a moment of silence for those who are not with us to experiencing the shining moment of yours. All right, at this time, I'd like to introduce the dignitaries, board members on the stage with me, Board Chair Luke Muscovich and Vice Chair Siobhan Hawthorne. In attendance, board members Janet Armstrong, Libby Golds, and John McEwen. Superintendent Dr. Tyler Ream, Assistant Superintendent Josh McKay, and our keynote speaker, Chris Holmes. PAL staff scattered throughout: Renee Dreesen, Tim Garrett, Jerry Riddle, Marie Roush, Emily Peterson, Ryan Cooney, Sam Thomas, Brooke Kupcho, Craig Sternberg, Jess Brandel, and Jody Neary. All right, graduates, stand, turn, find your parents, wave, say I love you, and thank you for all that you've done for me. All right, sit down. All right, I'm honored to be your principal. This year's definitely one to remember. From last spring, I really remember where we spent our 3 months in lockdown and what we did during that 3 months and how much weight we gained. The next piece of it coming in this spring or this fall, coming into a split day, going to 4 days, going to 5 days, and you were all so thrilled to go to 5 days, I know, because you told me when you got back to 5 days. The one thing I learned over the last 15 months, what's shown me, is I miss the little things. All the little stuff that's PAL, being able to see your faces every day, have conversations with you, and run through what's happening with your life. The big piece with it is such a special place with PAL. It is truly a family, and I would consider you all my sons or daughters, and I'm going to miss you greatly. In the building, we have a guiding principle, a tar pit. That is the one thing I truly believe got you through to where you are today. You've lived up to it this year. I'm proud to say that I know you have it. I've seen it. I've bore witness to it with you, and you need to keep it, and we need more of it in the world today. It is your resiliency to overcome all obstacles, your tolerance and acceptance to control those that you cannot, and then your perseverance to be able to get through. And I just can't be more proud than I am today of you guys and what you've accomplished. You can do anything with your life. You've proven it this year with the last 15 months. So I look forward to seeing what accomplishments you'll earn, garnish, where in the world you will go, what you are going to control, and don't be a stranger. Come back and say hi to us. My last piece of advice to you, be proud of yourself, everything you've accomplished. Don't be satisfied, always strive, and never forget Tar Pit. It'll take you many places in the world. The world is yours. Enjoy and congratulations. At this time, I'd like to thank our next speaker for his leadership through this challenging year and invite him to say a few words. Our superintendent, Dr. Tyler Ream.
Thank you, and greetings to the Phoenix of PAL. Good Friday afternoon to you all, and thank you for this brief opportunity. As Dr. Randall mentioned, our journey to this important milestone was undoubtedly an odd one, but we have arrived here at this distinct moment in time in honor and in celebration of you. Please allow me a brief moment to offer a few words of condolence and support for anyone in attendance that has experienced a loss across the last 16 months. I know that many families in our communities lost loved ones, and while others experienced challenges in terms of health, mental health, loss of a job, and economic hardship, please know that together we stand with you in love and support. Family members and guests, thank you for the honor of working for and with your graduates. Speaking on behalf of my many colleagues in the Helena Public Schools, working with your children each and every day is one of life's greatest joys, and we will miss them. To my colleagues joining me this afternoon, I want to thank you. Thank you for all that you have done, especially going above and beyond across these last 16 months. You have been an inspiration to me every single day, and it has been an honor to serve alongside you. To our graduates, class of 2021, I have never, ever, and I promise I've never said this in a grad speech, been prouder of a group of students. As kindergartners, you probably don't remember those days, but as kindergartners, you came to us in a world that was characterized by flip phones, and we were still trying to figure out what a Facebook was. A lot has changed. Today, we are working to emerge from a global pandemic into countless unknowns, but because of you, we take heart. We know that our collective future is bright. As an educator and as a parent, I have this rare opportunity to experience the future before it begins to come to full fruition. You are that to-be-determined future. And you enter your young adult lives in a time that is marked by crossroads. Ahead of you, ahead of us, are crossroads of technology, politics, justice, religion, poverty, freedom, equity, equality, several important crossroads. Yet perhaps the most pressing crossroad is this one of basic human connection. You see, for the last decade, right, since those flip phones, we have moved towards a place of greater connectivity, but steadily away from caring, meaning, authentic, more human types of connections. So as we reach these crossroads, the direction that we collectively choose as a community will have lasting benefits and or impacts. On behalf of your parents, your family members, and the educators that serve alongside you each and every day, please know that we believe in you. We believe in you at this moment in time as we approach these crossroads, because we have seen you, graduates, turn away from divisiveness and turn towards community. We've experienced your strength and the type of wisdom that is only born from enduring hardship. We've known your compassion And understand, class of 2021, that compassion is what will guide you well as you reach those crossroads. To make the choice to love in a world that is in love with choice requires uncommon levels of compassion that is so desperately needed in our world. Such a choice moves one from selfishness beyond the mere understanding of oneself to a life that is characterized by the giving of oneself to others. Think through the collective crossroads, those ones that we talked about: technology, politics, poverty, justice, religion, freedom, equity, equality. Without compassion, we, the collective we, may very well end up in different places and as very different people than we intend. So PAL, class of 2021, you are unique and remarkable. Let me say that again. You are unique and you are remarkable, distinct from any other class of graduates that has ever come before you. Our world needs you. It needs your gifts. It needs your compassion. Thank you, and congratulations to the distinguished class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Ream. So at this time, I'd like to invite Ryan and Jerry to start our awards portion of the ceremony.
The Helena Education Association sponsors a celebration of excellence each year, which recognizes exceptional students who have demonstrated their efforts in the classroom, school, and in the community, day after day, year after year. Teachers nominate distinguished achievers based on excellence in specific curricular area, leadership, service, or overcoming obstacles to achievement. This year, one of the students happened to be in my advisor group, the Prospectors. Riley Wiseman has consistently kept her grades at a stellar level and was a pleasure to have in class. She has given and added to the PAL community with her kindness, her intelligence, her steady nature, and sweet smile. I was so fortunate to have gotten to know Riley, and I wish her the best in her future. Congratulations.
Great job, Riley. I have the great pleasure to introduce a student that I've worked with for a couple of years. This young woman came to PAL, not too sure about the program, not too sure if it was going to work for her, but took advantage of everything that we offered, used her past and some of the struggles that she had encountered to become a stronger, better person, but didn't just do that for herself. In the process, also taught classmates, taught the community, and actually taught the nation about how you overcome these challenges and how you can be a person who feels like there is no hope and be sitting here today as a success. Bella Nyman, please come to the stage. All right, next up, Renee Dreesen.
One of the primary purposes of the Helena Kiwanis Club is to improve the world one child at a time. How fortunate for PAL that Kiwanis has improved the world one school at a time. Over the years, Kiwanis has brought PAL many opportunities, including breakfast on test days, Christmas luncheons, stories of support at our weekly all-school meetings, a PAL scholarship, and a PAL Student of the Month. Well, because of the pandemic and associated restrictions during this last 2021 school year, we have been unable to recognize the Kiwanis Student of the Month. As a gesture of appreciation for 2021, we will list the names of the entire senior class on the Kiwanis plaque as the Pandemic Year Student of the Month. Congratulations to our graduates, and thank you, Kiwanis, for your support and friendship. I'd like to introduce Jerry Brittle.
PAL has a strong relationship for many years with the Helena Kiwanis. Travis Brazil and the Kiwanis family have offered up friendship, support, and food, which we appreciate. The Kiwanis also has a scholarship, which this year was received by one of my advisees, Annika Beckner. Annika spent this year doing school online in addition to college classes and participating in the Capitol Cadets. It has been a complicated year, but Annika is a driven student who has done her best to keep her grades up, continue with her education through this trying time. Travis told me out of all the applications they have received over the years, Annika's application was the most well-written they had ever received from any school. I wish Annika could have been here more in person in her senior year. I missed her presence. Annika, I'm so proud of you and your accomplishments. Best wishes to the future. And now I'd like to introduce Ryan Cooney.
All right, next up is the Jeanette Rankin Award. Obviously, Jeanette Rankin being one of the more admirable Montanans to ever live in this great state. This award is in recognition for being principled in beliefs, supporting others, showing courage to go against convention, and demonstrating strong leadership skills during her time at PAL. This award is sponsored by our school store, the Snack Shack, and the individual who has been recognized for this award is a perfect fit. Amanda Klein, come on up. Amanda Klein epitomizes kindness, empathy, caring, and oftentimes worries about those around her before taking care of her own needs. She is a pleasure to work with. Congratulations, Amanda. Next up, I'd like to introduce Sam Thomas.
I have been given the extreme honor of presenting an award called the Tar Pit Award. As we talk about Tar Pit at PAL, Tar Pit is a saying that we instill into all of our students, but as a senior class, we have chosen one of you that exemplifies this. You, this student, have tolerated change throughout this year in your life. You've accepted it, and you've given those around you respect. The pride you have in this school and your life and the way that you treat those around you is beautiful, and you express yourself with individuality with everything you do. And the best thing is that you trusted someone new that came into your life, like myself, and you welcomed me. So without further ado, I'd like to give this award to Becca Caro. I'd like to introduce Miss Emily Peterson.
I have the honor of presenting this year's PAL Award. This award is given in recognition of a senior who upholds PAL's ideals and took advantage of all PAL had to offer. It goes to someone who appreciates what PAL does for them and others. The student selected for the PAL Award this year has had a lot to overcome in his short life thus far. He's had health challenges and loss and grief. He's also a unique individual who hasn't fallen under the umbrella of societal norms and expectations. The traditional school was a challenge just too much to bear. It simply didn't work for him. Fortunately, he came to PAL 2.5 years ago and got what he needed, a smaller learning community that could meet him where he was at and let him blossom into the unique, funny, confident, successful human he has become. Getting him to graduation day has been a journey, and I will admit I've had wavering confidence at times, but he finished like a champ. His senior year has been a smashing success, and not just on his report cards. He has also been a positive role model for other students, always mature, trustworthy, tolerant, and respectful, all of the qualities we try to cultivate at PAL. I'm going to miss him and the example he sets for other students. And although this award goes to a student who needed PAL, we needed this student and students just like him to build the beautiful community we have at PAL. So thank you, Miles Lee. This award goes to you. Next, I would like to introduce Brooke Kupcho.
All right. I have the honor of presenting the Resiliency Award. Patty White and Kiki Zafferdue were part of the counseling staff here at PAL for many years. And before leaving PAL, they created this award to be given out each year to a student who demonstrates strength in overcoming challenging life circumstances, while keeping focus on healthy, long-term goals, and remaining a positive role model for growth and change. The recipient of this award today goes to a student who wholly embodies this and continually teaches their peers and the staff here at PAL what resiliency looks like. Despite obstacles and hardships, this student demonstrated fabulous attendance. And when this student came, they didn't just physically come. They gave it their all with great participation, an honest and hard work ethic, and always, always a smile. I was lucky to have this student in quite a few classes this year. And even on the rough days, this student was determined to be on task, kind, so respectful, a true overcomer. Dylan Adeline, you truly are resilient. Congratulations on being this year's recipient of the Resiliency Award. Couldn't went to anyone else. And up next, Renee Driesen.
Good afternoon. Arts bring people together in fascinating ways. One of the first times I met our graduation speaker, Chris Holmes, we were at the old Miller's Crossing for an event called Naked Words. Naked Words was a semi-regular spoken word celebration where poets, readers, writers, thinkers, art lovers, and artists read and tried out writing in front of a live audience. The dark, hushed, intimate space held 20 to 30 people, and Chris rose to the microphone from the back of the room and read either a chapter from a novel or part of a story she was working on for publication. Her gentle voice and descriptions of people and places transported me on a ride and a journey that let me know I was in the presence of an artist. Over time, I learned all kinds of cool and funny things about Chris. Only a person like Chris would relish adopting a seeing-eye Labrador who was forced into retirement after more than one trip to the grocery where somebody tapped the blind owner on the shoulder and asked, "Do you know your dog has an apple in its mouth?" Chris is not only a dog lover, but also a singer, musician, actor, filmmaker, historian, and author. She wrote many of the little gray signs for the historical buildings around Helena. She even wrote the Montana history textbook, Montana Stories of the Land, that we teachers all over Montana use and covet today. As Chris asked when summarizing the main question in Montana Stories of the Land, how shall we build and nurture our communities in this land? I suggest one way is through art, people, and art centers such as the Myrna Loy. The relationship between PAL and the Myrna Loy Center goes back to Arnie Molina, the first executive director. Arnie was a huge friend and supporter of PAL. He said to me, Renee, if we can do anything for PAL, we will. Just ask. That commitment continued under Arnie's successor, Ed Noonan, another exuberant reader at the Naked Words. When Ed retired from the Myrna Loy as executive director, it made perfect sense to me that Chris Holmes was the obvious choice to raise the Myrna Loy to a nationally recognized center for the arts. Chris is a gifted artist, and most importantly for our purposes, another huge friend of PAL. Under Chris's direction, the Myrna Loy has warmly welcomed PAL. We have worked with professional actors, dancers, writers, rappers, drummers, puppeteers, storytellers, and musicians. We have watched films by professionals and our own student filmmakers. Once again, the arts bring people together in fascinating ways. To paraphrase Chris's text, through the arts, we have built and nurtured PAL and our greater Helena community in this land. During non-pandemic years, we hold PAL graduation at the Myrna Loy Center. Although we are not holding graduation at the Myrna Loy, thanks to Chris, the legacy of PAL graduation and the Myrna Loy is coming to us. With great honor and joy, please help me welcome our friend, the Executive Director of the Myrna Loy Center, Chris Holmes.
Thank you, Renee. And we're done. It's true, at the Myrna Loy, we have a very special place in our hearts for PAL. Not just the institution, but the students, the staff, the principal, the teachers, the history, the legacy, and everybody that makes these incredible moments happen at the Myrna. It's always one of our happiest days at the Myrna Loy when the PAL students walk in, and you always walk. I love that. So I am very honored to be here today. I want to start by overlooking today's graduates and asking everybody else here who has ever graduated from anything, how many of you, raise your hand, how many of you remember a single thing a commencement speaker has ever said? Okay, so thanks for inviting me today. This is your moment, not mine, not ours. It's yours. This is the milestone that we can say at this moment we always knew you would reach. You in your private hearts may have nurtured your self-doubts, but we knew that you would get here. And at every great milestone, you sit down and have a picnic or a feast. I hope you all have a party that involves cake. As a good guest to your picnic, I brought ingredients. And each ingredient comes with a question, because this is a do-it-yourself commencement speech. I'm going to ask the question. You are each going to answer the question for yourself. And you will produce your own graduation speech, and then after it's over, you'll say, oh, that was brilliant. First ingredient, sunscreen. So the first question, this won't sit up here, but you know what sunscreen looks like. You've all used it today. The first question I want to ask you, close your eyes and answer this question. What do you do to take care of yourself? You know the answer to that. You have been through trials and tribulations and struggles and challenges, loss, grief, heartache, difficulty, boredom. You've been through being a teenager. You've been through all these grades of school. You know what you do to take care of yourself. Think about it now for a moment. Is it writing in your journal? Is it taking a walk? Is it drawing a picture, playing music, taking a friend out for coffee? What do you do in those moments when you need to restore your soul? Take that with you in your heart. You will use it always. It may shift and change, but as you know, graduating from high school is a part of taking care of yourself. And whatever it took to get you here, you know what that is. That is one of your greatest treasures.
as you face the challenges of life ahead, you will need to keep practicing taking care of yourself. There's a lot of sunscreen to go around. Share it with your friends. The more you take care of what is truly in your inner being, I don't mean giving in to your habits that just help you get through the day, but to really nourish inside your soul, the more you give to the rest of the world around you. So that is one of your treasures and your greatest strengths. That's number one. Number two, book of matches. What lights you on fire? What ignites your soul? What makes you so excited that you don't notice time going by? Think about what those things are in your life that excite you and light you on fire to go out into the world. Don't let go of those things. It's so easy to convince ourselves a little breeze comes along and extinguishes your match. You got a whole book of matches. Light yourself on fire. And if you have not discovered what that thing is, then you have the delight of discovery yet ahead. Don't stop looking. The light inside you is what keeps this world going. It's the light inside of all of us. Honor that light in you in every step. Think about that light for a moment. And the third ingredient and the third question, bungee cord. This one's nice and stretchy. You want yours to be stretchy. What do you want to stay connected to? Cross currents, cross paths in the pathways of your life are all places of convergence and divergence. New people will come to you, people will leave, your life situation will change. What do you want to stay connected to? Do you love fishing and hunting and camping? You want to stay connected to the land. Do you love poetry and art? You want to stay connected to the art inside of yourselves. Do you love history, geology? You want to stay connected to the people that help you learn and grow and stay excited about the world. Who do you want to stay connected to? What parts of yourself do you want to make sure you stay connected to? You know at this moment, you're kind of done for the moment learning in your cortex, your cerebral cortex. What you know is in your heart and in your body and in your soul. You know what grounds you. You know what nourishes you. You know what brings you alive. And you know what keeps you connected. And those are the things that make you most who you are. Those are the things that the world needs most of you. You might hear it's a very messed up and challenging world you're stepping into, and we need you to help make it right. I don't think that's quite true. I believe the world is always falling apart, and the world is always stitching itself together. You may not be able to see all of the invisible ways that your parents and grandparents and ancestors helped stitch the world together to keep this amazing planet as a legacy to hand on to you. Others may not see the way that you help stitch this world together. But it will happen, and you will be a part of it, and we welcome you into that work. That is your work, to help stitch the world together with what you have to bring. In this moment of great feasting and celebration, celebrate these things about yourself. The inner strength and qualities that you have, the light in your spirit, and the connections that you make and will make in the world. We are so amazingly proud of you. Congratulations.
At this time, we'd like to award the diplomas Seniors, please stand to receive your diplomas. Make the line out the side here in front of the tent with the teachers. Graduate board members will deliver the diplomas. Board Chair Luke Muskovich and Vice Chair Siobhan Hawthorne will hand you the diplomas while Tim and Marie will read your honorings.
All right, here we go. Dylan Ablin. Dylan would like to thank the teachers at PAL, specifically Kathy, Ryan, Sam, Renee, Jerry, Brooke, and Randall. He plans on taking some business classes, becoming a race car driver, which is his real passion, and he also would like to be a builder and traveler of the world.
Paul Massey. Paul would like to thank his mother, sister, friends, mentors, and family. His plan is to pursue knowledge until he dies.
Annika Beckner. Annika would like to thank her parents for believing in her and pushing her to do her best. She would like to thank her grandmothers for teaching her how to be kind and her grandfather for teaching her how to be tough. As of right now, her plans are to continue working at the Great Northern Carousel in Alta Beauty. She is also the recipient of the Angel Fund Scholarship.
Elias Bowers. Elias would like to thank his parents for supporting him through school. He is going to beauty school to be a hairstylist.
Corbin Bromley. Corbin would like to thank his mom and his brother. He will be soon studying and becoming a computer programmer.
Becca Caro. Becca would like to thank her mom for being there for her through everything and being on her team. She would also like to thank Dr. Randall for accepting her into PAL and thank her best friends for all the fun times that helped her stay happy. She plans on attending Helena College in the fall for an associate's degree. After that, she's looking at California Institute for the Arts.
Natalie Christensen. Natalie would like to thank all of our teachers at PAL, especially Ryan Cooney. She would also like to thank Megan Walsh from Helena High School for always giving her a space to eat at lunch and talk about everything. She would really like to thank her mom and stepdad for always believing that she could, even though she thought she couldn't, and to thank many other family members. After graduation, she plans on starting a path towards cosmetology and aesthetic school, hopefully one day becoming one of the best.
Carson Dess. Carson would like to thank his mom and dad, Dr. Randall, Chuck, Sam, Ryan, and Craig. His plan is to save up money and explore the world.
Myra Garcia. Myra would like to thank her dad and stepmom Stacy for never giving up and her brothers for reminding her to be herself. She's planning on going to the University of Montana to study sociology and criminology.
Amanda Klein. Amanda would like to thank her family, Ryan Cooney, and her friends for always believing in her. She's going to the University of Montana to study psychology. She is also a recipient of the Angel Fund Scholarship. Noah Kovic.
Noah would like to thank his parents, his grandparents, his friends, and Ryan Cooney. He is planning to attend NDSU and to wrestle for the Bison. Also receiving a certificate from Capitol High School for wrestling state champion at 205.
Miles Lee. Miles would like to thank his mom for supporting him through his school career, and would also like to thank his dad, siblings, and stepdad. After graduation, he plans to find a job, get his license, and see where it takes me.
Morgan Marsh. A huge thanks to my parents who inspired me to reach for my goals and never give up. A thank you to Kathy Collins for always pushing me and being there for me whenever I needed her. You are the best teacher a student can ask for. Thank you to my friends and family who believed in me and never gave up on me. This one is for you, Aunt Mumu. I love you all, recipient of the Helena College Stars Scholarship.
Peter Brooks McIntosh. Peter would like to thank Tim, Jerry, and his mom and dad. He plans on taking it one day at a time, living life to the fullest.
Robin McKinley. Robin would like to thank her dad, the PAL staff, and her mom. Robin plans to take a gap year before pursuing a career in entomology.
Isabella Nyman. Isabella would like to thank her mom and dad, the PAL staff, and everyone who helped her flourish in the last 4 years. She plans to pursue a career in mental health and to train service dogs.
Maddie Opal. Maddie would like to thank her parents, Sam, the best teacher ever, and all the other teachers at PAL that helped her graduate. She would not have been able to do it without you. I plan to take a gap year to work and save money, and after that, we'll attend Helena College. I hope to major in criminal psychology.
Sophie Pomayevich. Sophie would like to thank all her teachers, especially Sam, Chuck, and Ryan. Dr. Randall, even though you were tough on me, you helped me. Also, she would like to thank her parents, Scott and Aaron Pomayevich. She plans on going through the University of Montana system for athletic sciences and continue a path in competitive cheer.
Camus Swain Ritalik. Camus would like to thank his family for rooting for him, his friends for making him look forward to going to school, and his advisor, Jerry, for being an anchor that he could really rely on. He plans to enlist in the Navy and to further his education after service.
Tyler Silvanen. Tyler would like to thank his friends and family for supporting him, and the teachers and staff, especially Marie. I plan to take a year off from school to work, and then he will decide what he wants to go to college for.
Mackenzie Skartveit. Mackenzie would like to thank Sam for helping her graduate and her parents for loving and supporting her through school. She plans to become an elementary teacher or a psychologist.
Bridger Christian John Wheat. Bridger would like to thank his mom and dad for never giving up on him and teaching him the right things in life. He would also like to thank all the great teachers and staff at PAL for believing in him and allowing him to learn in a way he could thrive. He wants to thank he's thankful for everything, especially helping him to graduate. He has a great job with Helena Sand and Gravel and plans to learn as much as he can working for them, and then will pursue his lineman certificate from Highlands College.
Riley Wiseman. Riley would like to thank her mother, Brooke Kupcho, and Jerry Riddle for supporting her through life and school. She will become an English teacher.
We'll let Riley get her picture here. I know it's getting warm in the stands. I've spent many a Saturdays watching football up there, so we're almost done. All right, seniors, it's that time. Please stand. Take your tassel in your left hand. It's a test. In your left hand, Carson. Other hand. On the count of three, you will move. It's going to come across. On the count of three, you will move your tassel. 1, 2, 3. Seniors, by the power vested to me by the Helena School District and the Board of Trustees, I now proclaim you graduates of the class of 2021. Nice job.